listen, this ain't that.
Well, then say what you was gonna say, man. It ain't that. So just say what you was gonna say.
I was gonna ask you, what have you been reading? Have you been reading up on anything? Where have you been pulled to lately? Here lately?
I started reading on the actual steps and the information about claiming a nationality.
Okay.
I'm still reading on the UCC Jones out the UCC, the Breaking Free of Tyranny. That joke banging though. Those two books right there is banging though. The UCC, Freeing Yourself from Legal Tyranny, and what is the other one? The Straw Man Jane.
Mm-hmm.
Them good, but I can't really say what I'm drawn to. I don't know. I'm still, as far as reading things, still checking in on like Moorish history and stuff like that, because it's not to say like trying to be religiously connected to it, but to understand how historically Moors was perceived, and then to realize how Moors how they were, you feel me, before all the slavery stuff and all that. Like I found out 7-Eleven, and I used to always think why the Arabs always in 7-Eleven, and that's because the Moors invaded Spain in 7-Eleven. So like, okay, well, part of me know that Moors is black. So who invaded Spain, the whites or the blacks? You know what I'm saying? So now, you feel me? So the whole Moorish joke goes through to pay attention to Moorish history. You really can see how life got to the way it is today. Because that's literally where we as people, Africa, that's where we fell off at. 1492, that's where we fell off at. We fell off because we fell off for two reasons. One, we gave all knowledge to Europeans. Two, once we knew of Europeans' plans, we wasn't connected enough so that everybody knew what the European was about. Because it's a lot of nations in Africa that haven't been conquered by the Europeans. Same thing in South America. It's a lot of places that have the Europeans just never colonized. They never stepped foot on the ground. To know where we messed up at, where we go back at, and where we can go forward from. But that's always on that, because America has signed treaties with Moors and Morocco. So I want to know how that looks in complexity to me, and what benefits, because it's already proven that history is filled with lies and deceptions and trickery and things of that nature. What about you? What have been your literary interests as of late?
Astrology, palm reading, my writings are a lot deeper. Like, I'm gonna say a lot deeper. In my writings, you can tell in my eyes are opening to different things. I see things differently. But yeah, I've been into astrology. I'm so interested in it.
Anything in particular?
Natal chart. My natal chart.
What's a natal chart?
A natal chart. A natal chart. I'm not supporting that so bad. I gotta say something. A natal chart is a picture of the universe at this very specific time that you were born. So you can go online and you can type in natal chart, and then you have to know exactly what time you were born though. So once you get that,
so your name,
where you were born, the state, and city and state, and the time.
At the time. Okay. Name, date, city, state, and the time.
And so I wanna.
And then what happens once you get those?
Once you get that, it'll show you your attributes, like, you know, say you're a Virgo, or say you're a Libra or a Taurus, whatever those attributes are. 9 times out of 10, it's about 99.9% on point. I think
basically this like tell natal chart to tell me about me basically.
The natal chart will tell you about you. The natal chart will tell you where your emotions are, you know what I'm saying, what you shouldn't be focusing on, what you are focusing on, where you're going. And then even with the palm reading, I believe in all of that. I believe in all of it. I do. Because it doesn't come from it didn't just pop up out of thin air. You know, the Chinese believe, well, some cultures believe that the bottom of your foot is a map.
Your hands too? Of your body?
I never knew about the foot though.
It's a map of your body. It's a map of your body. Your internal organs. So with every organ in your body, everything in your body, and the inside of your body, on the bottom of your foot, when they do like the acupuncture and things of that nature, or even if they give you a foot massage, let's say you got a headache, it's a specific spot that I can rub on both of your feet to where you got a migraine. Well, I can rub on if your migraine is on the right side of your head, then I can rub this specific spot on the right side on your right foot, and it'll ease that migraine out of your head just by fucking with your foot. But I mean, everything is connected like that.
That's what I'm saying. Everything is connected, even with the chakras.
One of the things that changes, I guess, molecularly, in your brain during during what they would call enlightenment or awakening and things of that nature, pineal being activated or open or awakening or whatever. One of the things is an increase of extrasensory extrasensory like, you know, like telepathy.
Whoops.
Like telepathy and stuff like that. So extrasensory things, being able to sense things that aren't acknowledgeable by the basic senses that we have. So you got touch, taste, smell, hear, and see, and them is the 5 senses. And then you have the sixth sense, which would be the sixth sense would be like a spiritual connection.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like things that like intuition, women's intuition, things like that, discernment of people, things of that nature. So
I wonder if discernment and intuition is the same thing.
Same thing. Same thing. What what is intuition? When a woman has intuition, it means that she basically has some sort of foresight into the type of person she's dealing with, maybe, or the person that she's using that ability. Same thing with her children. Usually, when a mother's intuition kicks in with a child, it means a child is in a situation. Normally, a child is in a situation of harm, or a child is in a situation of doing something stupid. And mama's intuition kicks in and says, and calls them right before they about to do some dumb shit.
Right.
And you like, what you doing? Nothing, I'm chilling. No.
Right,
you doing something you ain't got no business doing. So what you doing? I already know. That's the woman's intuition. Or with a nigga, he come in the crib. Or I know you doing something wrong. You know what I'm saying? Given the psyche of most men, 9 times out of 10, if shorty got that inclination, she right. Also, given amongst the psyche of the modern woman of today, 9 times out of 10, if she think you doing something on her, that's because either you is or somebody else already has. So discernment, just like intuition, are both things that can be built on. Meaning like you can learn how to be hella intuitive, or it could be something that's like God-given. Some people born intuitive or discerning. The Bible says they call it a spirit of discernment.
Absolutely, it's real.
And it's real. And some people born with it, meaning they just aware, because that's all a spirit of discernment is awareness. Discernment.
You can feel.
Discernment is more.
Energy.
Discernment is more accurate than intuition, because intuition is a lot of times predicated on information or knowledge gained, whereas discernment is something that the spirit tells you. You have no clue about shit usually when you discern something. The spirit just is like, discernment is like a spidey sense. You know what I'm saying? Spider-Man does not know that danger is coming. He can't see it, but instantly he gets this feeling within him that lets him know, bro, some fuck shit headed your way. And then he dodge it at the very last second or whatever, you know what I'm saying? That's discernment. You don't know what's coming. You have no prior information of what's potentially on its way. But for some reason, you just seem to know what's coming before it's coming. You got discernment. That's something God-given. That's something within you, spiritual connection. That's sight without seeing. You feel me? That's hearing without having ears and things of that nature. You feel me? That's a spiritual. That's an extrasensory thing. It's outside of these normal senses that we have in this
I think
room.
you're born with the spirit of discernment.
Every
woman has intuition.
Everybody's born with the spirit of discernment, because everybody has a spirit. The key is to be connected to your spirit in order to realize that you have a lot of these spiritual gifts already, because you are a spirit. There's no such thing as not being able to access any spiritual gift. If I realize I am spirit, I can unlock a whole lot of shit if I realize and accept that I am spirit first. So you got the thing is, you got some children that are born that never lose their connection with the fact that they spirit. And they always, you think about it, babies is born and you take babies to go see family and babies start wilding out. Yeah. I'm talking ape shit. You like, yo, what's going on? Why my baby kirking? Because somebody chi ain't right up in here. Somebody feng shui is off. Chakras is closed or they open too wide.
Kids are animals too, dogs too, right?
Every dog sense. Dogs are connected to, well, not even dogs, but animals are connected to spirit more, because they still live according to their instinctual nature. So when things whoa, something don't feel right. You can smell it in the wind. You got people, it's crazy. If you're more in tune with who you are, you won't even need to use your spiritual attributes. You can smell changes of things in the wind. It's about to rain. How you know? Because I can smell it.
Well, air.
You feel me?
Yeah, people don't pay attention to things like that.
You can tell if you know the difference. If you are an avid water person, meaning like you frequent go into bodies of water, you can tell when you get close to the ocean or a pond or a lake or a river, because you can smell the salt in the air, and that salt is coming from salt water in the ocean or either in that river, or it's coming from the fresh water. I mean, and then you're not gonna smell it in the air. You know what I'm saying? Like people will be like, "Oh, we getting close to the water." How you know? Because I can smell the salt in the air.
Temperature changes.
You feel me? So these things, these senses right here, can be heightened. Like a dog can hear for miles. A dog can smell for miles. If you got a scent, and this dog know your scent, that you could be in California. That dog damn near can smell you in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Depending on what breed it is.
That's a long way.
You feel me?
That's a long way.
You know what I'm saying? As long as you ain't crossing through no water. That dog can damn near track everywhere you step. I dead ass understand why they say geniuses don't got common sense. Once you get in experiment mode, you don't think about the basics. You just think about doing the experiment, and then you be deep in and be like, yo, I could have did this shit months ago and came up to this equation. Yeah. Blindsided by the thrill of the goddamn hunt. It's so crazy saying that like that, blindsided by the thrill of the hunt, and thinking about what old boy said about men and their desire for conquest, their need to chase and conquer. You feel me? And that can be applied in any aspect. It can be applied sexually. It can be applied in whatever field that you function in. You feel me?
It can.
Like Jordan, Michael Jordan felt like he would make up a reason to beat the shit out of his opponent. This nigga literally got mad at the coach for an entire series just so he can beat the other team. Like, what type of shit is that? The coach don't play, bro. I need some kind of fuel to make me mad enough to beat the shit out of these niggas so we win. I don't need to be soft, sentimental, or nothing. I need to be cutthroat killer. That's honing your desire for conquest and victory, and you feel me, and putting it into whatever you're doing, not into the other things that can have you on Epstein Island. You feel me? Bro, I mean, for real, that's what it can have you at, though. It can get so addictive to where you're gonna be participating in some Epsteinic shit. You feel me? I mean, and I quote, they in their prime. I mean, perspectives must be changed.
Yeah, that was like, I don't even know why he even. What was the point of it? Like, I don't know.
It was
I guess he was trying
supposed to be the explanation of how one is not as driven as much as he should be, and this is the level that he should be driven.
Right. Which is not.
It's not the level.
It's not that. It's not that.
Understand why, but not that avenue to use.
All I'm saying is exactly. I don't agree with that. I just don't. And people think how they think, but you know, sometimes people expect you to be open-minded, but they don't want to be, like, they don't want to think outside the box. They want you to think that it's just like this, go that way, right? Or listen, or whatever. People lie.
But if it's just like this and go that way, live that.
Show me.
Live that and then show it to be successful.
That's what I'm saying. The in-between is what is missing.
Yeah.
You gotta, the in-between part is what's important.
That's what gives authority to your words.
So
when you live in, when you practicing what you preach and that shit showing dividends, it's hella authority behind your words when you speaking about it. You started a job when you worked in the courthouse. You ain't know nothing about that shit. All you know was you wanted a job and you won't leave until you was getting a job, and word came in to go apply here, and that's what you did. Mm-hmm. And then you just went up there.
I walked in that building. I didn't know where I was going. I walked in the building and I asked them, where can I go to apply for a job? Is there like an employment commission?
Okay.
And she was like, you can apply for this job. I'm like, please.
Okay, bet.
I said, huh? Alright. And that's how that happened. I applied.
So you went looking for a job, got put onto a job you knew nothing about, and excelled at the job. In the courtroom, so much so that the judge was looking at you for answers. You feel me? You was able to help. You was able to help people finagle bullshit. You feel me? You was able to help people finagle bullshit. You learn little trickery and shit that of the laws that I'm reading into right now. You feel me? So when you go in there and tell somebody about something pertaining to this position or this location, your word is law. Your word got so much weight behind it. Why? My nigga, I'm in here, I'm doing it, and I'm in here, I'm putting it to practice, and you see the results. I can't even tell you how many people I have personally got to walk out this bitch paying nothing. After they thought they was dead, they was crying and shit, wanting to give me the bread because I done got them out of paying nothing, bro. Please. You feel me? I don't have to. I already know within me, I got the evidence that proves what I'm saying. Because there's people walking around here right now that can tell you if you knew who they was, bro, yeah, sis got me off, bro. I thought I was going to have to pay like $700. I ain't pay shit. Walked out was Gucci, you feel me? Like, what? Yeah, bro. Sis looked out. She walked in the door not knowing a goddamn thing about nothing going on in the building. So when she speaks, her words got weight now. She figured it out. She researched it. She did put it into action, into practice. Not anything she says. Not anything she say is gold. Why? Because it's also evidence of results. You can study something. You can study something and practice it and start talking about it, and people still look at you crazy.
Did you know? I had to write up like 7 warrants. Basically, he was like embezzling shit, and it was a big thing going on. And I had to be the one to type up the warrant to go get this dude. And everything. Did you know that if there's something, if they come to your house or they come to pick you up, if there's any discrepancy in that warrant, in that paperwork, it's void. It's void. So you got to type it up exactly how they give it to you. So I typed everything in exactly, and I caught a big fuck up, and I showed the judge, and he was like, "Good, you see that? Yeah, because they think this is how I knew how he thought was petty. He wanted to have one up on these. Why? So I'm like, we supposed to be doing this together, like."
That shit is a corporation, man.
In that moment, I said, okay, And then I think he started to get intimidated.
I mean, I sit in a position of authority and you know more than I do.
I didn't know more than him. I just catch little things.
You caught it and he wouldn't have caught it. How many times did this man ask you what some law meant?
Listen, hold on.
Okay then.